Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, Jeff Trunapole. And as always, I'm bringing you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio, home of the UC Bearcats, who got completely screwed last night by the college football playoff. Well, actually, we should say the college football invitational committee, because it ain't a playoff. Anyway, if you guys have found the show, do me a favor. Smash that thumbs up, hit that like and subscribe button. There's stats out there, like 60% of the people that watch my videos aren't subscribed. You think you are subscribed, but you actually aren't. So do me a favor. Go to the notification thing where it says subscribe. And if it's red, the word subscribe is red, you're not subscribed. Click that. Make sure it changes color. Hit the bell for the notification. So every time I go live, you will know that. And you'll get notified. And it'll get my numbers boosted up and it'll help me and help you out. Now, this show and every show is brought to you by T Properties. T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out their website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. Like I said to start the show, the Bearcats got completely screwed. If you guys are on Bearcat country, you saw my pretty much live reaction. I'm like, ninth? Jeremy Dean. How are they ninth?
Dude, let me tell you something, man. I was a little bit sick yesterday. Then my internet decided I was going to take an off day.
I think that was mine, but that's okay.
Well, mine's done it enough. So it's finally your damn turn.
Right.
But watching that show, literally, when they started talking about number 9, and started bringing up the Bearcats.
I know.
I was like, what's going on here? What's he trying to get at? Like, is this the next team? Because you know how they roll through that.
Yeah.
Sure enough, that was the next team. And it blew my mind as a Buckeye fan who I'd love to see you guys in the top 4, but I was literally blown away. Could not believe what I was watching.
I mean, the thing is, even the guy who's the committee chairman, his explanation was terrible. Well, UC hasn't played in, since November 21st. So we haven't watched them play in a while. Like, have you watched them play at all? At all? I mean, they jumped Iowa State with 2 losses over us. They jumped Florida over us, who lost to LSU, who they were supposed to beat by 2 touchdowns at Florida, but they kept them above us. I mean, we all hated the BCS. We all couldn't stand the BCS poll, but if the BCS was still around, it still had Cincinnati at number 6. It has Indiana at number 7, Iowa State number 9, Coastal Carolina 10. Georgia is not anywhere even close. Oh no, Georgia's 8. Sorry, but that's ridiculous. There's no reason. It made no freaking sense at all. It's like Tim Brando said. He said, I'm going to call it the college football invitational for the Power 5 schools. That's all it is. I mean, I've said this on the show all year. They're not going to let us in. But to do it so blatantly is ridiculous. I don't even think they even paid attention. Like, you see, we'll just drop it to 9. Whatever. No big deal. And then to sit there and say Coastal Carolina, has a better record or whatever. And then they do the comparisons. Our defense is ranked way higher than theirs. I think we'd crush them. I don't think it'd be close.
Yeah, and that's what cracked me up too, is after hearing that and you're blown away, and most of the people on the panel were blown away that they went to 9, but then you had was it Herb Street or who was it?
It was Herb Street. He was like, it's no big deal. And I think he drives me nuts. He's a Reds fan, but he gives Bearcats no respect at all.
Well, Ohio State fans ran him out of town anyway, so now he's a Nashville resident. So
right.
But talking about Coastal Carolina being, my gosh, you guys have already got through under the bus twice now. So why keep digging on with Coastal Carolina? We weren't talking about Coastal Carolina,
Yeah, I mean Jay Billis had a funny tweet out last night. I mean, everybody's tweeting out last night. He said, he should have went and scheduled Louisiana, lost by 2 touchdowns. Maybe the Bearcats would have got ranked then. I mean, it's really irritating, but It's me. I always try to look at the stuff, the positive part of it. The positive thing for me is UC is getting more pub now nationally for getting screwed than they have ever. So that's also, I mean, for recruiting wise and all that stuff, that's could be a good thing. We'll see. We got one of our P1 listeners joining us here. The man Dallas. What's up, Dallas?
What's up, brother?
I just want to say, I told you so.
Yeah,
I told you Georgia was going to make its mark. And
that's stupid. Georgia's got 2 losses. I don't give a crap if you said that or not. It's dumb. It's flat freaking dumb. There's no reason they should have jumped us.
Yeah, I have no
It's
idea.
only because they're playing the SEC. That's it. And that's a stupid ass reason. It's all money. It's all money, which I know this, but to blatantly do this, because the thing is, the non-Power 5 schools, if you were the highest ranked one, which we still are, which maybe next week they'll jump Coastal Carolina over us, I have no idea. If you're the highest ranked school, you get a New Year's Six bowl. I mean, what's the point of dropping us to 9? What did it do? I mean, it didn't do anything. It just screwed us. That's it. If they jump Coastal Carolina over us, I ain't watching any of this crap. It's all bull crap.
You're not going to watch the bowl game, huh?
I'll watch a bowl game, but this is just. It's just stupid. I mean, like I said, why didn't they just go it wouldn't benefit the Bearcats right now, but why don't they just do a top 6 and just go to a freaking bubble and play it? But like I said, it wouldn't do the Bearcats any good. They got us at freaking 9.
Yeah. They made, even if they changed the rules now, they made sure you're not going to be involved.
Us. They still oh no, we're going to go. All right, top 6. Bearcats are gone.
Yeah, Florida's still above you, right? Florida's at 8.
Yeah, Florida's at 7. Georgia's at 8. I got Iowa. Iowa State at 8-2. Iowa State 8-2. Texas A&M 7-1. It's
3 teams with 2 losses in front of you guys.
Right.
That's ridiculous.
And the thing is, people are like, "Well, look at your schedule." Dude, only people we could play is in our conference. We had a game against UCLA, I think, canceled. We had Nebraska canceled this year. We couldn't play them. I mean, I'm sorry, Ohio State fans. I'm an Ohio State fan, but you guys haven't played either. You only played 6 games. So, it's because you're in the Big Ten.
Yeah, you see who we got? We got Justin Fields.
Yep. We got Justin Fields. One of the only quarterbacks in all of national, the world, the universe.
I'm going to bring Tony and forget you guys. I need some help. What's up,
95% QBR. Ooh, Dallas, how you like that one, buddy? What's up, Tony?
What's going on, guys?
What's up?
Man, Jeff, I got a lot to say about this. This is
I know you blew my phone up last night. Good.
Well, first off, how can you put 3 2-loss teams over undefeated Cincinnati right now? It's the worst thing. You're right. It's all about money. It all is. Jeremy, I got something to say to you. You just said a little bit earlier. You're an Ohio State fan, and you just said, "I'd love to see Cincinnati in the top 4." Well, guess what? If that happens, that means your Buckeyes aren't in there, buddy.
No.
I
would like to see them in the top 4 with us, playing us.
It does. They like I said, they don't even need to do the show next week. It's going to be the top 4. It's going to be Clemson, Notre Dame, Alabama, and it's going to be the same 4. They just switch around. It doesn't matter. It's going to be those 4.
Yep. And that's kind of going back to what Dallas said with the "I told you so." Yeah, I mean, I get it because I told you so too on who the top 4 is going to be. It doesn't make it right, but that's who it's going to be.
Well, my point is, what's the point?
Teams up there, with these 2-loss teams up there, proves my point when I said that Clemson, if they lose to Notre Dame again, they're still going to be in the top 4 because it's money. It's all about money.
Oh yeah.
But as far as UC's case goes, how do you drop them to 9?
My thing is, what's the point in doing that? Why? Why even drop them? I mean, at least keep them where they're at. They didn't do anything to go backwards. Florida lost the game. They should have been dropped and it was at home. And they, but by a team that they should have beat by 2 touchdowns. They don't drop them 1 spot. 1? Come on.
Jeff, that's it. You said what they do to drop it, nothing to drop it. What these other teams do to go over them? Nothing.
Right.
They lost.
Nothing. Yep.
That's my point. It does. Yeah, maybe they do sense.
I just think fair is fair, man, and that's just ridiculous.
Well, and I'm with you on that because if you look at Cincinnati's record and how they've played against the teams that have played, hey, it's not their fault who they play. So
no,
you look at the record; they've
especially this year
threw everybody out. They deserve to be. They deserve at least to be 6. I mean, then 7 and 8, 9 and whatever. They should at least beat from. I'd put them at 6.
Yeah,
I don't get it. I think. Go ahead.
Another to kind of go on with that, man. What you're saying is, you got UC who's undefeated, and they ask the question, who have they played? And then they'll just say, we haven't seen them play since the 21st. Well, no offense, man, but who was Ohio State played? They're up there because, ratings and money. That's why they're in there. Ohio State's played nobody. Let's face it. Indiana, that's great. They beat Indiana. But who they played?
They beat them by 7 points. That's it.
By 7 points. The Big Ten sucks. Ohio State, then that's great. But to say, go back and say, we haven't seen UC play since the 21st, what about Ohio State and the rest of the Big Ten, and not just Ohio State, but the Big Ten themselves, not playing a month and a half after else is already playing? That doesn't make any difference, but not watching them play since the 21st does make a difference?
Right, yeah.
It's season, it's money, Jeff. That's all it is.
Yeah,
I know
it's
it's
money,
but I've said that from the beginning. I mean, I've said it from the beginning. They're not going to let us in. But just to be that blatant about it and completely drop us to 9 is ridiculous.
Well, they dropped you to 9 to make sure you're not in. They dropped you to 9 to make sure you're not in. That's what they did it for. Because it's all about the money and the ratings. I told you, the top 4 teams, they want to make sure it's going to stay that way.
Yeah.
But when you're talking about the Buckeyes, you're talking about a team that went undefeated their first year under Urban Meyer. You're talking about a team that after Urban Meyer hasn't lost more than 2 games in a season. And that's with Urban Meyer and Ryan Day. And that's playing our schedule, Big Ten. That's playing our schedule outside of the Big Ten, the USCs, all these schools that want to jump up like they're bad. And really all they know how to do is their dishes in a washing machine. So, I mean, at the end of the day, how can you be mad to have that much on your resume just last year and the last 10 years before it than to put somebody else up there?
Yeah. What's irritating me what they said last night about on the show is they were talking up Coastal Carolina. I mean, saying they had a better resume than us, and they think they beat us head to head. Which, bring it on, let's go play them. I mean, that's ridiculous. How can you say that when you basically said you haven't watched UC in I don't know how long? I know you said the 21st. That's the last time we played, but these other teams don't play. I mean, Coastal Carolina, that's beyond mind blowing to me to say that, to even put us down even more, because that's just driving that knife in. Like, you guys just stay down here. You're not the elite. You're not up here. You just stay down here where you're at your little hole, and be happy that you're 9. Be this. Screw that.
But then throwing you in that hole, throwing the dirt on top of you, making sure they got a water hose to keep it moist and wet so they can throw some concrete on top of it. I mean, that's what he did last night on the show. Honestly,
right.
He buried you guys at 9 and then buried you with Coastal Carolina, right, Alex? Yeah, I mean, that's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
And just a couple weeks ago, like BYU was in the mix, and BYU was like, "Oh, we want to play somebody," and then Coastal Carolina played them, and then BYU lost, and then that put Coastal Carolina.
That's helped Coastal Carolina. That's one of the reasons they think that they're better than us or whatever. Which I have no idea. I watched that game. Coastal Carolina, they're a good team, but again, I was like, they're blaming us for stuff that we have no control over. We couldn't play. They wouldn't let us play. I mean, and we're not the only team out there that has had that issue this year.
Yeah, it's the same with Ohio State. I mean,
Right.
plenty of other teams as well. I mean, there's no excuse for any team. So
And Jeremy, just to be clear, I wasn't trying to down Ohio State there. I was just kind of using a comparison of what they're doing right now. Ohio State's
dude,
good.
I got
They
I
should
got
be
you.
there. I know you're gonna mess with me. I'm gonna mess with you back, but
Oh, duh, man.
when you gotta say the whole
I just
thing
pulled out a
of,
duh on you, by the way. That's like 20 years in the vault. I haven't pulled a duh out in a while.
Duh.
So you got this one, Tony. You got this call.
take it. I'll take it.
be 8-0 here.
But, you know, but I will say, I mean, you kind of sat there and said their past resume, Jeremy. Right? What's that have to do with this year? What are you holding up there, Dallas? What was that?
8-0. So we got 5 right now. So we got the Big Ten, and then we got the first playoff game, and then we got the championship game. 8-0.
Okay, you get 8-0. You will actually have played, and you have the exact same record as you see right now.
And you don't up there with Notre Dame and Alabama at 10-0. So good for you guys. All right. But what I'm saying, Jeremy, you're sitting there talking about past resumes, man. College football is different every year. It doesn't matter what your past resume is. They'll rank you that way. But I want to ask you a question. When you say that, you're a Bengals fan, right?
I've got stats, and I've got records.
As a Bengals fan, and get on the Steelers for living in the past. How many times do you do that? So don't use past resumes as anything. It's all out there.
He's kind of got a point. You know.
I do have a
Hey,
point.
I'm going through the Ohio State records real quick, Tony, if you don't mind. Thank you.
We are civilized.
Oh,
You're Ohio State.
my bad. I forgot.
You shouldn't have both your records right there, man. You should know it anyway.
What was I didn't catch that last part.
I said you shouldn't have to go through records if you're a true Ohio State fan. You should know it off the top of your head.
Oh, dude, I was going back. I mean, we could go back to the Stressel years even if you wanted to.
The shooter? Okay. Cool.
I mean,
gotcha.
Hey, where was Notre Dame? Where was Notre Dame when we beat Miami for the championship? Where was Notre Dame when we beat Alabama for the championship? Just saying, we was in the first playoff, and we took the whole thing. Where was Notre Dame?
No. You were in the first playoff. You're right. That was the year after. That was the year they started the playoff.
Yeah,
right,
guys.
okay.
I don't know if you see at the bottom. Cripps says you guys are not getting past Northwestern. I don't believe that. I don't believe that for a second. I think Ohio State's going to wipe the floor with them.
I don't believe either. I think Ohio State's probably going to throttle them pretty good. But
you see what's happening, Dallas? You see what's happening, Dallas?
Yeah.
They're cutting down our team, but then they're saying, they can whoop Northwestern, but yet our team shouldn't, what's okay.
They got Ohio State.
I actually have not said one time
Talk bad about the Bucks
in there. I actually haven't said that. I just think it's bullcrap that you only played 5 games and they're penalizing us and we played more games and we're undefeated. That's what I keep saying.
I think Jeremy's cutting out.
Yeah, that's actually pretty quick.
Jerry's frozen.
Yep.
Jerry?
Yep.
That's that stupid Alabama internet. He'll come back.
So let me ask you this, Dallas is Ohio State fan. If they lose this week to Western, should they still be in the top 4? Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You're saying as a fan, think with your head, not your heart, buddy.
I'll answer for you. No, they shouldn't.
No, as a fan, yes. As a realistic, no.
I mean, the thing is, honestly, if Notre Dame beats Clemson shouldn't be in there either, but they're going to be.
Yeah. That's money ratings. That's all it's about, man.
And like Tim Beadle on here saying, "Go Gators." The team they might jump in is the Gators if they jump anybody in, or Texas A&M. And they're all SEC teams. So we might as well just be the SEC championship playoff.
Man, there's a possibility right now if Notre Dame gets throttled this weekend by Clemson that they won't make it in, which I think is kind of crap.
No, Notre Dame, Alabama, those two are getting in no matter what. I think they've been in the top the whole time. Alabama's been number one the entire time. Notre Dame's been 2 almost the whole time. I think Notre Dame and Clemson, or Notre Dame and Alabama are getting in.
I think, again, I said what my top 4 I think is, but I'm just saying there is a possibility because Notre Dame is always on the outside looking in when it comes to that. They have to prove themselves every year. This year, being in the conference helped them out.
Oh, yeah.
They helped them out a ton. That's why I think they should, if they're smart, they'd just stay in the ACC. If they want to actually win championships and add to the resume of that, that's,
That helps them. Especially when you play like Clemson every year. I agree with you 100%. They're just not going to do it. And to kind of go off a comment I said the other day, I heard reports of them saying they'll go independent again next year.
Yeah.
Again, I didn't hear anything official from Notre Dame, but I did hear reports on it. But today I saw something that Brian Kelly said that he thinks Notre Dame is going to be independent. So that first official thing I heard from anybody from Notre Dame. Still, I think it's too soon to say that when God knows what's going to happen next year because you had to play in the ACC this year to play. So don't jump the gun and say that stuff until you know what's happening next year with COVID,
Yeah, Tim Beadle says, if Notre Dame beats Clemson, Clemson is out. Northwestern beats OSU, OSU is out. Alabama and Notre Dame are locks. Texas A&M will be the team if Clemson or OSU loses. Which, I mean, he might be right, but at this point, I don't know.
I think the top 3 are, if Ohio State loses any of the games from now on, they would get kicked out because Ohio State is always Ohio State always gets screwed out of it. Even like we were like,
you guys keep saying that, and I'm like, you guys are in the college football playoffs almost every year. So I'm not sure. Jeremy said that too. Like, when have we gotten screwed?
Do you
So
remember?
that's where I don't get.
The year after we won, it was the year that who was the guy that was it? Terrell Pryor who sold his ring.
Yeah, that was before any of this. That was with Tressel.
All right,
that was back in the BCS.
It was the year after It was the year after we won the championship, and we got screwed out of the playoffs, and we were number 5, and we ended up being number 5, and we were waiting to get in.
So 1 year out of the 5 or whatever they've had the college football playoffs, you guys got screwed. I feel bad for you. I mean, I'm
not screwed out of it every year, Dallas. Come on, man.
Yeah,
the teams that never get screwed here late out of it is Ohio State, Alabama, and Clemson. They don't get screwed out of
it. Those 3 have been in it almost every year. It's either you could sprinkle in Florida State in there sometimes, you can sprinkle in Notre Dame sometime, but it's only a couple teams. But those 3 are. That's why I'm called like Tim Brando said. I'm calling it the College Football Invitational because it's not a playoff. You have the same freaking teams every year. Yeah. And they're not gonna. And I guarantee you, they're not gonna set it up so Clemson and Notre Dame are gonna play each other again if they both get in. If Clemson beats Notre Dame, it's not going to be Clemson versus Notre Dame in the 4 playoff, Final 4, whatever they're called. They're going to flip it around just so it's a different game.
If Notre Dame beats Clemson, Clemson will be in number 4, which they will play Alabama, and then you'll have Ohio State and Notre Dame at 2 and 3. But that's my thing. What happens if, we say Notre Dame lock, even if they lose, so does that drop them? Does that drop them to 4? I think it will, because that means Notre Dame will play Alabama and Clemson will play Ohio State at that point. So you're right. They don't want them to play for time.
Yeah.
I think I heard earlier today the last time anybody's played 3 times in the year was like 1909 or something like that.
Oh, wow.
They just don't want to happen.
I think that might actually happen. I feel like, because I feel like that could actually happen. Like,
smoke break.
Hey, Jeremy, you're back. What's up, buddy?
Smoke break, man. My thing.
Yeah, I think the Final 4 is going to be how it is now.
Beetle, jump on.
And then Clemson and Ohio State is going to play, and then Alabama and Ohio State in the championship, and then Ohio State is going to win it. Bam,
my boy.
Is that your call? Again, are you thinking with the heart of your head?
I'm thinking all of it.
It's hard. I'm telling you right now, Ohio State's the best team in the Big Ten. They really are.
Oh, they are.
Be in there. but they're not the team in the top 4.
Okay, we
They're
have
not.
offense. Our defense is
Any one of these teams will tear your secondary apart. Any one of these teams. Alabama, Notre Dame, or Clemson.
One
How
thing,
they feel there in the secondary.
hold on. One thing, let's get a comment here. Beetle says, I can't take OSU fans seriously when they say they got screwed, and this year is clearly showing that they are a favored team, which is true.
Dude, when who says we ever got screwed? I mean,
you and Dallas have said it a lot. Dallas just said it while you're gone.
You mean when we went 12-0 because our quarterback sold his freaking pants?
Dude, that was like 10 years ago. We're talking about this in the college football playoffs right now.
We weren't talking about history.
Listen. Stop talking. That happened back in the BCS. That was like 10 years ago. That was a long time ago. We're talking about right here, right now, Final Four, college football playoffs. You guys haven't gotten screwed. I think there's been one time that you haven't been in the playoffs since they started this thing. And bringing up stuff that was 10 years ago.
That'd have been our third
getting screwed.
That'd have been our third championship, though, within the past 20 years. That'd have been pretty amazing.
I feel so bad for you. I'm sorry.
Well, I understand being a Bearcat fan. Okay, I understand.
They're making up for it for this year. Okay, you're welcome. They're paying you back. All right.
You're living in the past again. You're living in the past,
right,
bro? If you can't tell, Ohio State's got one of the best offenses. We have all of college football. Our defense,
Jeremy, we're not saying you're not a good team. We're not saying that. We've not said one time you're not a good team. We're saying you are favored. You played 5 games, and you're getting in. And you guys will bring up that you got screwed about Terrell Pryor, which that was when Tressel was your coach.
So you want?
You had Fickle, then you had Urban Meyer. Now you got Day. So that's 3-4 coaches ago that you guys are complaining about. Okay, so
I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying,
you guys keep bringing up the
who do you want in front of us? A&M?
I want you to quit saying you're getting screwed. We're getting screwed.
Who said we're getting screwed?
You guys say it all the time. You keep saying
no, we don't. That's something that we breezed by just to mess around. But come on now, who do you want? Who do you want in front of the Buckeyes?
I'm not saying I want anybody in front of the Buckeyes. You guys just keep bringing up Ohio State keeps through. Oh, they don't like us. Oh, we can show you're in the college football playoffs almost every year. So
maybe
you're not getting
my internet cut out. Maybe somebody said something, but I haven't said anything this show about us being screwed.
You said it in other playoffs, other shows where they've left you out. You said that. You said it in other shows where they've left you out because of Terrell Pryor, which was 10 damn years ago.
Well, sorry. They did. And then there was another year when we beat Michigan very badly.
Every year.
We were number 5. Michigan was ranked in the top 15, whatever it was, top 10. We laid a spanking on them, and we did not go from 5 to 4. That's the only thing I've ever brought up about the Buckeyes, pal.
Okay. Well, you've played 5 games this year. And you're getting into the Big Ten championship, and you're probably going to go into the college football playoffs. So they're making up for it. Okay, so anyway, I've enjoyed this. I'm gonna let you guys jump off here so we can try to get some other people on. But I enjoyed this conversation.
Yeah,
this is
definitely.
But always, thanks for jumping on, Tony, Dallas. All right, boys. See ya.
See ya.
Dude, my wife is going nuts over here. Like, calm down. Like, it's just Jeremy. We're just talking.
No, it does, man. What do you mean, calm down? We're just getting started.
it's fine. Hey, you had some interesting news on the Bengals' number 1 pick. You know, you said people were. You want to bring that up so we could squash that any rumors.
Yeah.
we got breaking news on Sports Strawberry Ice here, brought to you by Jeremy D.
And it's the first you're probably going to hear of it because this was just a random post, maybe a couple posts, and it kind of got in my head a little bit. Anyway, Sewell, whatever you want to call him, for Oregon, is hurt.
What?
Yeah. He was actually put on a golf cart and taken inside the locker room.
I didn't think he was playing this year.
But like Jeff just said, he's not playing this year. It was Noah Sewell, who got hurt for
Oh.
Oregon. So if anybody out there thinks, that, oh my God, our number 3 pick, here we go again, he's already hurt. No, this kid's name's Noah. And like I said, he's no Peni Sewell or whatever. Penile. I don't want to go too far with this.
I know. We got to figure out how to say his freaking name, man. So, Bengals fan. Uswa, relax. It's all good. He's not hurt. Which I kind of saw that. I'm like, how is he hurt? He didn't even play. I'm like, he got carted off the practice field. I'm like, he's not playing. He shouldn't be on the practice field. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, guy posted Sewell, top pick or whatever, Bengal pick, whatever, number 3, injured for the year, may not be around next year. I can't remember exactly what it said, but anyway, that was Noah. It was not our guy. Our guy should be ready. Hopefully Wyatt Davis will still be there, and we'll be okay.
That would be nice. Or they signed the guard from New England, one of those two. That would be nice. Yeah.
Yep.
So anyway, today is a live chat show, so you guys can click on the link above in chat row on YouTube. Now, I've just put this on YouTube because I appreciate everybody watching. I do appreciate all that. But I need to push the viewers to the YouTube channel because I need you guys to subscribe and just push the views on there because I don't get any credit for the views on Bearcat Country and Bengals Nation. Like yesterday, my messed up show was just me and my internet was all screwed up. And I had over 100 views on Bengals Nation, 100 views on Bearcat Country, and I had like 70 on YouTube. Like, okay, I gotta do something here. So
got to build the YouTube.
Yeah, if you guys are watching, like I said, and I said this at the beginning of the show, the report is like 60% of people who watch my show think they're subscribed, but they're not. So while you're watching the show, do me a favor, go on there, hit the subscribe button. It's at the top of the page. It's in red. If it's in red, you're not subscribed. Click it so it changes color, and then hit the bell for the notification. And every time I go live, because sometimes we go live during the weekend, I might do something with the Bearcats this weekend, Ohio State this weekend. So I don't always tell you that. Sometimes I'll do something during the day. It just depends on if I'm feeling froggy or not. So anyway, make sure you subscribe, tell your friends. I'm at 750 subscribers. It is awesome. Trying to get it rolling, trying to get to 1,000 as fast as we can. So we got some Reds news today too, which I think we had all this great offseason news last year with all the guys the Reds were signing and all the things we were doing. And they already traded Iglesias. We're probably not going to sign Bauer. And now Anthony DeSclafani, this is from a tweet from Ken Rosenthal, has agreed in principle to a 1-year, $6 million contract with the San Francisco Giants. So, not only right now, we lost. Bauer's probably gone. I mean, I hope he's not, but I would be surprised if we keep him. Bauer's not coming back. DeSclafani's not coming back. So and they're talking about trading Sonny Gray, which is absolutely asinine if they do that. So hopefully they keep Sonny Gray. But you got Sonny Gray, you got Castillo, Maui, and I guess Wade Miley is your 5, which I wasn't very impressed with Wade Miley at all this season. So the thing that got us into playoffs was our pitching. They still need to fix the shortstop position. They got to figure out how to hit the ball with runners in scoring position and make contact more. So losing one of our best pitchers is not good. Yeah, Hunter Green. Yeah, I know, but Hunter Green is still. I think he's still a year away. Crown. He had a Tommy John surgery, and he's not a guy you can't count on him yet because I don't even know if he's pitched a full season in the minors since he's got back. Now, if Tim Beadle is still on the show, I'm sure he, out there watching, he definitely has some more information about Hunter than I do. But as far as I know, I don't think he's a guy you can count on going into the 2021 season.
No,
yeah, Jeremy.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Like you said, last year was like this. It's really what started me getting back interested into the Reds. Living in Alabama.
It's because of me. It's because of me.
Well, this jerk over here too. Yeah, but still,
championship.
So then I spend a lot of my time watching the Reds so we can talk about the Reds and bring them on the show. And then I spend about a day and a half of my life waiting for them to score one run in the damn playoffs, and they couldn't do it.
22 innings, no runs. But I mean, I want to be excited. I mean, I was excited because before they started trading guys and letting guys go, they were talking about getting Jose Lindor, which would be great. But I don't want to get. I'm kind of fearful of that. I don't want to get stuck with another 10-year contract like we did with Joey Votto, which I'm a huge Joey Votto fan, to be honest. I mean, I really think he needs to get more credit than he actually gets. You know, I think he's been a very productive player for the Reds, even with the contract or since the contract. The problem is it's the same thing they did back in the early 2000s where they signed Barry Larkin and Ken Griffey Jr., and they didn't sign anybody else. And for the longest time, they signed Joey Votto and then nobody else until this past year. That's been the biggest issue, and it all followed on Joey to do everything. And it's baseball. Not one player can do it. You know, basketball, you can get two guys and, you know, a couple of scrubs, you can go win an NBA championship. They can make a big difference. Baseball is completely different. So I got so excited last year when they did all this stuff, signed all these guys. I'm like, all right, cool. We're gonna be, we're gonna be a good team. We're gonna make the playoffs. Might be a World Series. I mean, who knows? And then, last year happened and we just kind of fell on our face, especially in the playoffs. So the thing moving forward, in my opinion, what we needed to do was keep the pitching that we had and try to at least fix the shortstop and try. I don't know. I would have changed the hitting coach, do something. It's kind of like what I was saying with the Bengals. You got to do something different because what you've been doing hasn't worked. And now it looks like they're not even going to add any players. They're going to let guys go. So I don't know. I'm not very enthusiastic about the Reds right now. I mean, I'd like to be.
Yeah. And by the way, Lael Pinnell, that is my sister. And I just want to tell you, I love you, sis. And Hannah. Love you guys.
There you go. All right, Dallas, for other Bearcat fans, look right above Jeff's head for all the fans. Oh, yeah. I got Ohio State in there. I said, I
fake fan.
Whatever. Dude, I'm not no bones about it. I'm a Bearcat. Like, I like the Bearcats. Look, that's ride or die with my team. But, I mean, I do root for Ohio State, just not as much as the Bearcats, So that's why I gave him a little shout out to stuff them way up there. But everything else I'm wearing is Bearcats. So anyway, but yeah, I was trying to get some Reds conversation, but it doesn't look like anybody wants to talk Reds. But you got Bearcats basketball playing tonight. They're on ESPN2 at 7:00. They're starting the American Athletic Conference schedule, playing USF. It should be hopefully a pretty easy win. We'll find out. That's why I got the Bearcat stuff in the background.
After the first, few games, hopefully we can watch a good game tonight.
Yeah, they played good against Tennessee. They they can't finish. It sounds like the Bengals. They couldn't finish down the stretch.
Exactly.
And that was, that's been a problem. But like I said, this is going to be their fourth game of the year. I mean, we're in December. I mean, we're a week away from Christmas. They should have played, 10 games by now, at least seven games. And we're at 4. So we'll see. Crown says they should win tonight. Yeah, I hope they do. That's the thing, and that's the thing too. Is as far as UC getting into a Power 5 conference, which that's going to have to happen for us to not get screwed again. I think this could be a very cool year because not many Division I schools will have a top 25 football team and followed up with a top 25 basketball team. Now, UC's not in the top 25 right now, but by the end of the year, I'm pretty confident we're going to be in the top 25. So that's a pretty good accomplishment, especially for a non-power conference school to have a top 25 football team and eventually a top 25 basketball team. So we'll see.
Yeah. If that happens, that'd be great. I mean, what more could you ask for being an Ohio sports fan overall?
Right, exactly. Dallas said, down deep, he's more of an Ohio State fan, though. LO. I feel bad for that Ohio State basketball player who got hurt. That kid's doing really well. Which Ohio State basketball player got hurt? I know a Florida player got hurt. over the weekend.
Are you talking about Liddell or Liddell? I got something that popped up on my phone and normally does from anything Ohio State. It might not have been him, but it was one of our bigger players. You know, you got Walker, Liddell. These guys are just playing at top level, really. I could see him going a long way. I just don't know about this injury good enough to actually say something about it.
Well, did you see the Florida kid who went down? He literally went down during the game this past weekend.
Yeah. Luckily, I saw he's
doing better.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but I still haven't heard if it was a heart condition, brain. I haven't heard anything about why that happened. But I mean, the biggest thing is he's getting better and he can, move forward.
Yep.
You know, and out of basketball, and he's supposed to be like a potential NBA prospect too. So I don't know anything about, if he's going to if that's going to continue or not. His NBA, if he's going to get in the NBA or not, or even continue playing basketball.
Yeah, if it comes down to your life, basketball don't mean anything.
No, your life is way more important than any sport.
That's right.
But that's what's great about sports. See, I mean, you and me are going off. We're going back and forth about Ohio State and all this stuff. My wife's over here going, calm down. Oh my goodness, you're getting so upset. I'm like, it's sports. I mean, me and Jeremy do this all day long. We'll argue like this all the time. I'm like, it's sports. And that's the thing. You can argue about sports all day, all the time, and we're still friends. It's all good. It's all good.
No change.
But the thing, like I said, get back to the UC conversation. The thing that irritates me the most is I just don't see the point of what was the point to move UC to 9. I mean, I understand. I didn't think they moved Texas A&M out of 5. I thought we'd be 6. I really did. I mean, that's where the AP poll had us. And to keep Iowa State above us and Florida, who lost, above us, and then jump Georgia over us. I mean, it's like, it's not only did we drop a spot, but then another team jumped us. It's like, I just want to know what was the reasoning. I mean, why? Being number 5 or 6 is more important to University of Cincinnati than it is to Florida, Georgia. Iowa State's they've never been that high, so I won't say it's not that important to them. But their fan base and their school, especially for our school, because the top, the non-Power 5, the Group of 5 schools they call it, the highest ranking one gets a New Year's 6 bowl game. So it's huge to stay up there.
Yeah, and I can't believe, like I said, I think you guys should be 5, 6 worst, and they put you at 9, and then they, like I said, they add more fuel to the fire by bringing up Coastal Carolina. It makes no sense.
Yeah. AC Studios, UC doesn't get dropped 2 spots. OSU plays 1 game in 21 days and stays the same. Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
That ain't right.
No, it ain't right. I mean, I think it's like I said, honestly, I know people said that, if Clemson loses and who else did we say? Ohio State loses, that they will drop them out. I really don't think they're going to. The only one I think they might drop in, the only one I think they might jump in is Iowa State, because that way you have the SEC, ACC, Big 10, and Big 12 all in there. That's the only one I think that just because they would have 4 out of the 5 power conferences in the playoffs, the college football playoffs. But other than that, I don't even think they need to have a show next week. I think it's just going to be, it's going to be the same 4. It's just going to be jumbled up different.
Yeah, well, I mean, if Iowa State makes it in after jumping over Cincinnati, I could understand why Bearcat fans would be extremely upset.
Oh, yeah.
If you were where the Cyclones are at now, and we are talking about Iowa State, so, and
yeah, it's not like they're a big power conference football team.
Exactly. And that's what I was going to say. You can say, well, Cincinnati's not what, they play in the AAC or
the American.
But the fact of the matter is they've smoked everybody they played. They're undefeated. if anybody should have a chance to get in, when you talk about Iowa State making it in, there's no reason why they should be there in front of Cincinnati as of right now, from what I'm looking at on paper.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, a couple of years ago, Big 12 was talking about expanding, and they were talking about bringing in UC and they maybe like BYU or something, and then they chickened out and decided not to do it. If we're into Big 12, we're at 6. We're at 5 maybe, probably at 5, honestly.
Yeah.
If we're in the Big 12, we're undefeated, we're probably at 5. It's just all right, Natural's got a question. I did not see this, but he says, did you see the Bengals play Gino on IR? I did not.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Did they?
I guess maybe we should have talked. I figured you would have known that, but
no, I didn't know that.
Your schedule's a little
tough, dude. I just woke up like an hour before we got here, because if you guys don't know, I work at UPS and I work at nights right now. We're like literally in the middle of the night, so it's hard for me to keep up with stuff. So what happens?
I work the normal 9 to 5, but I'm an hour behind you guys, so I can get on here when I.
So why is Gino on the IR? Did they say what happened?
I didn't read really much information. I really think it's just kind of a Joe Mixon deal. I don't know how bad he's hurt, so I don't want to say he's not hurt that bad because I don't know. But if I were the Bengals, if I was trading Gio,
it's 3 games, dude.
I mean, I wouldn't want him to get hurt, especially if I'm planning on trading him or even signing him to a lower deal contract.
Yeah, it just 3 games, and we got so many injuries.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Our AC Studios. If Iowa State gets in, I'm driving to Texas and losing the Bearcat into the office of the committee. Dude, AC, if you do that, tell me. I'll come with you. Oh, my goodness. It's just beyond first. I mean, the thing is, and it's not just us. I mean, Jay Billis was tweeting about it last night. Tim Brando was tweeting about it. I mean, it's –
oh, there were many.
Yeah.
There were many last night.
There's so many guys. Danny Cannell, one of my favorite guys on the radio. He says, "LOL, I've been trying to tell people for years. I'm just glad college football fans can truly see what a joke sham of a playoff 2020 has been exposed for the fraud in full." I mean, and that's what I'm kind of, I mean, Tim Brando even actually tagged the Bearcats. He said, "Truth, college football playoffs is flat out wrong, and I will no longer recognize it as the playoffs. I'm done with it. I test code for pure playoff privilege. It's not college football playoff. It's a Power 5 invitational from now on at this point forward. I call it that." Then he says, at Go Bearcats, Facebook. Those are the things. It's like it. Oh yeah, Jay Billis is funny. Cincinnati really messed up. The Bearcats should have scheduled Louisiana and lost by 2 touchdowns, and then they would have risen in the college football playoffs. Every game counts, please. Right. But the thing is, I'm agreeing with all these guys. I completely agree with all of them, and I love it. But they say, "Oh, any publicity is good publicity, even bad publicity," which I don't even know this is bad. But getting our name out there on Twitter on these national guys is a good thing for UC's recruiting and stuff like that. And people are like, "Oh, well, that just means Luke's going to leave." I don't think Luke's going anywhere. I mean, Alabama or Auburn job is open. I don't see him going down south. That's not his recruiting area. I don't see him going down there and
I don't know they would want him, to be honest with you. Recruiting wise, as you're talking about.
Yeah, okay, recruiting wise. I'm like, yeah, exactly. Because he recruits Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, up here.
And that's a tough deal.
Let's see here. All right, Dallas, I guess talking about Gino. It's probably because of his shoulder injury still.
You know what? That brings it up. I think it was.
Yeah, Natural said the same thing. Yeah.
Yep.
Which, I mean, honestly, and that I think he's been. You guys are probably right. He's been dealing with that all year, and that's one of the reasons probably he hasn't really been the Geno Atkins of old.
Shut him down. Wait till we get reloaded next year and healthy next year, and let's go.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we talked about this I don't know. Last week before that, you aren't completely sold that Joe Burrow will be back game 1.
Right.
And I'm not completely sold, but I'm a lot more optimistic about it than you are. We talked about we talked about making a bet. Remember that?
Yeah.
We haven't gone back to that. What should we bet? Because I'll bet you. We should put that out there.
Yeah.
You guys can put comments out on the show, like what we can bet. Nothing. They're not doing money. Nothing crazy. I'm not jumping in the river when it's ice cold.
who y'all taking? Maybe. I don't know.
You could also go to the ice bar.
Yeah.
And,
there you go.
And comment there.
Yeah, we could put a poll up. Will Joe Burrow be first, or will he be their first game, or not? Sometime later in the season, whatever. We can make something up.
All right, the natural Luke should be the Bengals' next head coach. Yeah, like I said, dude, I'm not a college football coach to go to the NFL. There has been, like I said, I've said this before. There's ones that have done good, but more than not, they don't do that well.
Yeah.
All right, natural. Let's see here. What else you got? He opted to get surgery he opted not to get surgery at the beginning of the season. Yeah, so he's probably shutting down, get surgery,
good,
get it cleaned up, get ready to go for next year.
Maybe that's where Gino's been. Maybe that's why we haven't seen him much or heard his name much or heard any sack really from him at all. Maybe that's the problem.
Dallas says, I heard they might be getting rid of him next year. I saw an article about it. Anyways, is he still under contract? I don't know. I have a feeling I think he might be at the end of it or very close to the end of it. But I mean, if they're going to get rid of him and just release him, I wouldn't see them shutting him down. I would see them making him finish the year out. I would think, they're not going to get as much out of him as they can.
Yeah. Even if he does have a year left, it doesn't really matter at that point. We can still trade him if somebody's willing.
Anthony, the committee said OSU is only 4 because of one vote and considered jumping Texas in. Yeah, I didn't hear that. I heard the committee guy say we didn't consider moving them at all.
Yeah, well,
that's what he said. We never thought of moving them at all. Just that's a ridiculous question to even ask. Why would we do that? I mean, come on.
Well,
we'll screw all UC, but
I did hear that comment, but it's not when you watched it live, it was not that they were close to doing it. They were even.
Nah, they didn't even think about it.
It was a small, little, quick conversation, and that's what you would hear if you rewatch the show.
This is what they did. All right, people. This is our top 4. Are we going to keep it the same? Or are we going to flip the numbers around? Okay. All right, cool. Let's try to figure out the next one. Oh, UC. Oh, what was the last? Hey, you're in the back. When was the last time UC played? Who? No. UC, University of Cincinnati. The Bearcats.
2 weeks.
Cincinnati. Oh, well, he doesn't even know who they are. So let's just drop that down to 9. Florida lost, but that's it. We'll move them up. Georgia, we got to jump them over. That was kind of the thing. That's kind of, I think, the whole committee.
SEC, man. SEC, and they're loving it.
Well, they could. I mean, honestly, if they really wanted to be, they could just put Texas A&M and Florida in there and just have it, 2 SEC teams versus Notre Dame, Alabama.
Yeah, get rid of
3 SEC teams. Sorry.
Yeah, keep all SEC.
Yeah, might as well just do that. All SEC all the time. It's just I mean, like I said, I knew they weren't going to let us in. I knew it. I mean, I said that all year, but just to be this freaking blatant about it, it's just absolutely ridiculous. So,
and to come that close too. I mean, you guys have beat everybody, and this is me talking as a Buckeye fan. You guys have beat everybody handedly. There's not one part of your game I look at and say, I don't think I'd want to put them up against a Iowa State or a Coastal Carolina. I think you guys could smoke them. And that's coming from my heart. That's not me joking.
Oh, no, I know you are. Anthony said, I think they're setting up a 2-loss team to get in this year. Well, yeah. Well, I don't know about 2 loss, at least another 1 loss. because I mean the next one. I mean, okay, logically, Texas A&M is 5. So logically, which I don't think the committee does anything logically, if one of these teams if Clemson loses or Ohio State loses, Texas A&M should be the next one to jump in because they're at 5. That's the way it should be. And then it'd be Iowa State or Florida. Because Alabama and Notre Dame, if they lose, they're just going to drop in one spot. They're not going to take them out. Clemson and Notre Dame, Ohio State and Clemson, they got to win.
Yep.
To make sure they stay in.
Yep.
So,
pretty much Notre Dame, like you said, Notre Dame and Alabama are shoe-ins, no matter what happens, and then Clemson, Ohio State have to win.
I mean, I really do think they're going to keep all 4 of them because I mean, Clemson and Ohio State have huge fan bases, huge, and to have these bowl games, they're not going to have. They'll have fans, but not at full capacity. So it's money. They want the most ravaged, loyal, biggest fan bases they can get to go to these places, to go cheer to get as much money as they can. So that's another reason, and it's all driven by money. But that's another reason why those 4, I think, are going to stay the same. I mean, in my opinion.
Yeah. I agree. All
right, Anthony, you got something else here. What's up? Bama losing Clemson. Lost Clemson might stay. Bama loses to Clemson. Clemson might stay. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe 2. Look. I think they're staying. I think it's gonna be the same 4, no matter what happens next week. I really do. I really do.
Doesn't Clemson play Notre Dame though?
Yeah, the ACC tournament.
That last question, I thought it said when Alabama and Clemson play. Bama loses. Clemson.
Clemson loses. Clemson might stay. Just saying, Bama loses and Clemson loses. Clemson might stay. Is what he's saying.
My bad, Anthony. I'm sorry. I got you, buddy.
Yeah. I mean, sorry. Florida ain't beating Bama. Florida can't beat LSU in their own field. They're not beating Bama.
Florida hasn't looked good this year, really, other than maybe 3 games.
No. We just had about a couple weeks ago. We had you guys should trade Joe Burrow and go draft Trask. Get out of here with that crap. Yeah, come on. Yeah, that was whatever.
And that's me looking at it as Burrow not even going to be back at the first of the year. We don't need quarterback. We got one.
Tony says, Anthony, I'm telling you, if Clemson loses, they're still in no matter what. I'm with Tony on that. I really do. And it's like what I said. It's the fan base. It's money. Those are the 4 right now. Legit. They're all legitimate contenders. They're all legit teams. They're all they're very strong teams, but they're all the biggest fan bases too. So they can get and the committee can get as much money, and they're going to try to get money because they've lost money this year with all this stuff. Dallas. Well, the issue with that is this year is COVID. I don't think fans are going to the game. Now, there's some fans are going to go. Now, Rose Bowl, I don't think they're letting anybody in. Depends on where the games are at. Now, I don't remember.
California, it's going to be a crap show. I mean,
but still, the thing is, these fans. You can't tell me if the Rose Bowl is one of the college football playoff venues, which I don't know offhand. You cannot tell me Ohio State fans are not going to go out to California. Well, actually, they might not, I think, because you can't do anything in California.
That's why. That's why state by state.
But the other ones, like Texas, they'll be going and they'll let them in there. But California, you're right. If they go there, I wouldn't go to California right now if you paid me because you can't do anything. No. There's nothing open there.
Texas and Florida will be the 2 main, I think, where you'll see quite a few people in the stands, and a few more states, but mainly in the South, to be honest. Just the way that the Big Ten decided to do things and the SEC decided to do things, and they were a little more relaxed, and that's why there's going to be people at SEC ball games.
Yeah. You got Anthony? That's not what I wanted. That one. Well, Anthony, I guarantee Jeremy and Dallas will for sure be watching because you guys are blowing. I'm trying to click on this one of what Anthony said. And he said, "And watch, no one will watch the playoffs either." People are going to watch the playoffs.
Oh, brother, I'll be watching the playoffs.
Yeah, people will be watching it. That I'm not worried about. And yes, Buckeye Nation is everywhere. Yep,
we are.
So, but I mean, like I said, if you go to California, I mean, would there be no point to go to the Rose Bowl? I mean, it's not like you go to if they won't let you in the stadium. It's not like you go to a sports bar and watch the game. Nothing's open there, so you might as well just stay where you're at and watch it there. So
it's a literal waste of time.
Yeah,
to go to California
until they open it up. Yeah,
to do nothing. Literally, you can't even sit outside and do nothing now. I don't know
exactly. All right, brother. Well, this is the first time I've just put the show on YouTube.
Yes,
so we're getting a little less viewers than we normally do. I'm going to try this because I'm trying to get people to the YouTube channel and to subscribe. So if you guys are new to the show or any of my regular listeners, if you guys are watching the show like Dallas, Tony, all you guys that are regular viewers, if you can, when the show comes on or after the show's on, share it. Just share the link out on Facebook, Twitter, wherever, and try to get as many subscribers as I can get. I would greatly appreciate it. But I think we're going to roll on out of here because I thought we'd get more college football talk. I really did. I mean, it was good between you, me, Tony, and Dallas. That was good, but I thought we'd get a little bit more. But if I think it was live streaming on Bearcat Country, I think we would have got more people. But I'm trying something here. But join us tomorrow. We'll be back. What's up? I
was just saying, oh yeah, dude, we tried this thing just to kind of see what's happening, and it'll be all right. We can do whatever we want from here on out. But we still got 2 more days until the championship, so we get another one tomorrow.
I think we might stick with it because, like I said, that's we'll see what happens. Anyway, but you guys could join our Facebook groups that we help run and one that we don't. But they are the ones we run are Bengals Nation, Bearcats Country, Reds Country, and Cyclones Country. The one we don't run is called Ohio State Bucknuts, and they've let us put the show on there, even though I've talked a lot about the Bearcats on here. But that's no reason. I hope we get some Ohio State fans to jump on. Did you share it on Bucknuts, Jeremy?
Yes, I actually did, and he put it as an announcement. Right, cool. That was a couple days ago. So
I'm at today's show, like right now, this one.
Right now?
Yeah.
No, I'll share it as soon as we're done.
Oh my goodness.
I know, right?
He's what a terrible assistant.
Right. I know.
Just kidding. I will be pulling this off and putting it on the podcast. It's on Bean Pod, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcast. Like, rate, review, give me a 5-star review. I would greatly appreciate it. Follow me, Strawberry Ice, on all my social media platforms. All, like I said, under Sports of Strawberry Ice, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Like I said, we are doing good. I'm at 750 subscribers, trying to get to that 1,000. I get to that 1,000. What happens is I get to monetize, and YouTube blast it out even more so I can get my content and everything out to more people and more viewers, and we can get more conversation going on here. And, oh yeah, Brad, that's a good, I do want to bring that up. I brought that up the other day. Yeah, prayers for Terry Nelson and his family. If you guys don't know Terry Nelson's mom, house burnt down, and a lot of they had to jump out of the window of the burning building. Some of them got broken backs. Some of them got burned. It's not good. He did set up a GoFundMe page. It is on Bearcat Country. I'll try to put the link at the top of the page again. So for just Bearcats in general, just being a human being, if you guys have the money and can donate and help Terry's mom out, he would greatly appreciate it, and I would too. Jeremy Dean, other than that, would you please help us roll on out of here?
I sure will. And I'd like to tell everybody that's watching right now or going to be watching too, we're going to try to stick to the YouTube thing, I guess, from what I just heard from Jeff. So
I think so. Yeah.
So, so which means most of you guys.
Well, there's a link. There's a link on. I do have a link on Bearcat Country and Bengals Nation. There is a link on there, but they can't. It's not live streamed. They got to click on it, and they'll bring them right to YouTube. So
okay, I got you. So pretty much in this case, everybody that swipes past, and since it's not going to be live, a lot of people don't wait for 10 seconds for a theme song or what. Tell your friends, man. Tell people on Bengals Nation. Help us out. Throw them our way. I mean,
Yeah.
we literally, all those pages I was messing around with earlier, those are actually notes. Jeff, yeah, exactly. There you go. Do you see that?
Write stuff down. Do a lot of work to try to get ready for the show.
We do. And we thank you guys so much for watching us.
Yes.
Tell your friends, tell your family, send them to YouTube, Sports with Strawberry Eyes. All they got to do is hit subscribe. That way we can kind of take this from being in this section and this section and kind of bring everybody all together in one and just have one big old happy family of about 25, 30,000 people soon. That's what I'm thinking.
Awesome.
So that's right.
That's the plan.
As I say that, and as we go, as always, remember one thing, guys. That is, you don't live in Cleveland. You live in Cincinnati. So act like it. Keep watching the show. We're going to keep bringing it, baby. All day. Who day?
Who day? And that's just sports, baby. See ya!